Clandestine arrangements, first-person point of view. I am Anon, on what was supposed to be a simple matchmaking mission. I was charged with delivering an invitation to a hermit stallion, but I should have known something was up when Shining wouldn't meet my eyes during the short debriefing. So here I stand, in my snowshoes and parka, while 6 bandit mares bicker about what they're gonna do to me. The slate blue Breezy peeks out from the violet mane of the sky blue earth pony.
As the leader of the sinister Shucks, I call dibs on riding his ball bra.
The other mares grumble, with a green unicorn snorting.
Russell, just because you have the ear of the prince doesn't make you the leader.
My jaw drops. Shining set me up! The Breezy grins.
Sure did. Every once in a while he sends us a treat, and in return, we don't spread the things that he and the missus get up to. Oh, it's a shame about your friendship cults.
I scowl at her. I'm not terribly happy about Shining either. Whatever blackmail they have on him can't be worth sending his own subjects into slavery or whatever this is. But between the 2 unicorns, 2 earth ponies, and the Pegasus, I really doubt I can escape or even fight my way out. Pony magic is bullshit, even if I could probably suplex 1 or 2 on my own. So I'll just have to bide my time and take my opportunities when they come. Can we at least get out of the cold? I don't want to freeze to death just because you lot can't agree on anything. Russell nods solemnly, then zips over and wiggles into my clothes, hooking her forelegs on the waistband of my pants. I can feel the tiny curves of her butt and legs press up against my shaft, and I react, despite myself. And then she grins up at me.
I knew you'd warm up to me.
I frown and say nothing. Russell faces forward and points a hoof dramatically towards the distant cliffs.
You heard the Lord. Every pony march.
As the afternoon begins to wane, I hear a distant rumbling. I cast an apprehensive look towards the cliffs, but there's no sign of movement there. My escort glances around nervously as well. Russell hauls herself out of my pants and takes to the air.
Sounds like yak. You know what to do, girls.
The Pegasus leaps into the air and climbs high in the sky. 1 unicorn encases the group in a shimmering lime dome, and the other braced it with 6 rods of yellow magic that dug into the ground under the snow. The 2 earth ponies dig with incredible speed, leaving mounds of dirt and snow outside their holes. Russell settles down on my head.
Catching a cult and fleecing a yak? Today is definitely a good day.
I'd hoped the yak would be my ticket out of here, but Russell's confidence dims that hope.
And get some!
The figure that bursts through a snowdrift is definitely not a yak. Easily 2 to 3 times the size of my pony captors, the absolute unit of a mare leaps above the dome. As Russell yells incoherently, the huge mare hurls a greatsword as long as I am tall, shattering the dome. 1 second later, she hits the ground in front of me, kicking the 2 unicorns with a fore and hind leg. They get sent flying, landing yards away at the end of long furrows in the snow. The 2 earth ponies collapse to the ground out from under her. I stand frozen in place as meaty thwacks rise from the hole in the ground. Russell curses under her breath, then darts off into the sky.
Nimbus! Get the whole camp!
That just leaves me and the giant mare clambering out of the pit, cursing under her breath. She shakes the dirt out of her long orange mane, then bites my coat and heaves me onto her back. I yelp, scrambling to get my legs under me and astride my rescuer. The giant sheathes her greatsword and begins trotting, picking up speed as I wrap my arms around her neck.
Ginger Scotch, biggest and the strongest mare in the 2 courts and greater territories. Buy me mom straps and those garters, I swear I'll bring you back safe and sound.
I focus on not trying to bite my tongue. Thanks for saving me. She laughs.
No problem. 'Tis the duty of any guard's mare worth her salt. Now are you holding on tight as you can?
I swallow and clench my legs and arms as much as I can. Yes!
Good.
She leans forward, picking up speed. The wind roars in my ears, my vision blurring with windswept tears. For long moments, all I can focus on is the powerful muscles roiling under me, the mare's flesh almost feverishly warm. An unknown amount of time later, Ginger slows to a trot. I lean back and wipe my eyes, and she looks over her shoulder at me.
You alright back there? If you're about to hurl, kindly do it off to the side.
I laugh a little giddily, coming down from the adrenaline. No, I'm good. She gives me a skeptical look.
If you get any poke on me, I'ma batter you. You can?
I nod seriously. Got it. So, did we lose them? Ginger Scotch shakes her head.
Not with all the snow around. Know that they got a few pigs and maybe a griff or 2, so it's only a matter of time before they try and swoop at us.
I frown. What do we do then? She points forward.
We'll take a break in a forest over there, then head back to the city. Should be a patrol to meet us if we're lucky.
I look forward to seeing evergreen forest, patches of brown needled forest floor visible deeper in. Hard to swoop through all the branches. Makes sense.
Aye.
For several moments, all I can hear is the crunch of snow underhoof and Ginger's steadying breathing.
So, what brings a bony stand like you to the frozen wilderness?
I sigh. Well, I thought I was delivering an invitation, but if what the bandit said is true, the prince set me up. She snaps her head up to look at me with a troubled expression.
The prince? I cannot believe it. Far more likely they were talking out their fannies to keep you muddled.
I sat back and considered her points. That does make sense. It's something to talk to Shining about either way. As the two of us enter the forest, I huddle close to Ginger's neck to avoid getting hit with branches. The pine scent combines nicely with her earthy musk. Before too long, she finds a relatively dry spot under an ancient pine and slowly kneels with a groan. I smile a little at the sound, then swing my leg over her back and slide down, only for my practically numb legs to crumble beneath me, landing me face first in the brown needles. Ginger lets out a bark of laughter while I push myself up. I brush the debris off of my face, then decide to lay down more carefully as feelings return to my abused backside. Ow! Why does my butt hurt? I would very much appreciate my butt not hurting. The giant mare grins at me.
I can kiss it better if you like.
I roll my eyes, even as she tosses a water skin to me. I prop myself up on one elbow and take a surprisingly long drink. I didn't think I was that thirsty. I toss the water skin back and set to massaging my sore muscles. So, how does a pony get as big as you? Ginger maintains eye contact as she chugs the rest of the water. I raise an eyebrow at her antics, but say nothing. She nonchalantly tucks the water skin back in her saddlebags.
Simple enough. My great granny went and shocked the dragon.
I blink, waiting for her to laugh, and she raises an eyebrow at me. I lick my lips. Seriously, you don't look dragonish. Ginger shrugs.
Ma always said it was an extreme sexual development. Father Nature being a pure numpty bastard. You should see my brother. He could pass for a shaved Karen, he could.
I grunt. Huh. She nods.
Pretty much. Paul sets his fate for taking a dragon son, though I deny if that's right of it.
I shrug and set to massaging my thighs. Ginger doesn't bother hiding the direction of her gaze, which I more or less ignore. Mares are gonna mare. Eventually I get to my feet with only a little wobbling. The giant mare watches me appraisingly.
So, ready to go?
I grimace at the twinges in my muscles. Ready as I'm likely to get. Let's go. I climb onto her back and whimper a little. She looks up at me with concern.
If any need more time to massage your foal chasers.
I shake my head. Let's just skip back to safety. Ginger nods seriously and stands up. She starts off at a walk, keeping an eye on me. It doesn't feel great, but I get used to the stinging pain. As the two of us emerge from the forest, she slowly picks up the pace and settles into a smooth trot. I keep an eye on the sky, but there's no sign of pursuing bandits. I can't tell if that's a good sign or not. As I turn to look ahead, I accidentally made eye contact with Ginger. She blushes under a face full of freckles and quickly faces forward. I giggle a little at the juxtaposition of my worries and her cute reaction. The mare just grumbles about stallions under her breath. I take pity on the mare and try to think of a conversation topic to distract her from her embarrassment. What do we have in common? Oh, do you know about any place with higher doorways? I keep hitting my head on the threshold of my apartment. I can feel Ginger swallow.
I had the same problem, but I just moved into barracks for the guard. Dunno if that helps.
I hum. Maybe I should just join the guard or something. Or just save up for a house and get it altered. She looks up at me over her shoulder with a grin.
He'd look pure bra in a guard's uniform.
I tilt my head. Bra? Ginger blushes again.
It means looking good.
I pat her neck. I'll keep that in mind. That does her in, her cheeks turning beet red as she faces forward again. This is kinda fun, but I probably shouldn't distract her while I'm still in probable danger. The two of us travel on in silence for a fair while, no sign of enemy flyers. Then Ginger stumbles into a deep drift of snow that comes up to my hips. She hisses in discomfort and I look at her in concern. Did she sprain a hoof or something? What's wrong?
Oh, nothing I can handle. Just got me some diamond cutters from a snow quentin. If and you're feeling grateful for your rescue, maybe you can kiss him better once we get to the city.
She laughs at her own joke. Maybe it's the adrenaline talking, or maybe it's the feeling of her powerful muscles moving under me. Maybe it's the musk of a working mare addling my senses. Sure. Ginger stumbles, but catches herself before I get more than jostled.
What?
She croaks, and I giggle. Maybe I'll just twist them instead. Ginger huffs good-naturedly.
Oh, you're a cruel stallion. Getting a mare's hopes up like that.
I rub her neck fondly. Let's not get too excited out here. We can flirt more when we're not in danger. She nods.
Aye, fair enough.
After she climbs out of the dip in the ground, I think she might be trotting a little faster than before. I decide not to bring it up. Unexpectedly, the two of us made it to the city without incident. Ginger agrees that something weird is going on, so she accompanies me to the palace. I have to keep an arm on her withers to steady myself. The long ride did a number on my leg muscles. I probably should have rested, but I had to know. The Imperial Guards let me and Ginger pass. When Shining and Cadence see the two of us, they brighten up and have flurry to sunburst, to take to another room. I frown. Shining, did you set me up? He grins. I'm glad we did. You two are cute together. I blink. What? Ginger's jaw drops, even as a light brush dusts her cheeks.
You're really working with those grimy minks.
Cadence clears her throat.
To be more accurate, those so-called minks work for me. They're my specialists for difficult cases.
I rock back in understanding. Like a fourth right guard or a Jane Human? Ginger scrunches, and the pink princess beams at me.
Precisely! Special individuals require special circumstances. You were never in any true danger, and don't worry about any injuries this team suffered. I already have my best healers on the job.
Ginger relaxes slightly at that, and I raise a skeptical eyebrow at Cadence. The breezy got in my pants and touched my dick. Ginger's greatsword practically teleports to her mouth as she takes slow, deliberate steps towards the princess. Shining is giving his wife the stink eye as well. Cadence laughs nervously.
You will, be compensated for your trauma?
Shining levitates her up by the ear, ignoring her whimpers. I'm going to have a long talk with you and your agents. It sounds like you all need remedial training. They vanish in a flash of rose-colored light. Ginger is still bristling with anger, but sheathes her sword. I pat her on the withers. It's not fine, but it will be. She lets out a long breath.
Oh, when I get my hooves on that...
I rub her back as she curses the breezy to Tartarus and back. However heartwarming it is to see her so passionate in my defense, I am still really sore. Hey, could you escort me back to my apartment? I'm not sure if my legs will last the whole way. She focuses on me and nods seriously.
Of course, Anon. You can count on me.
I lean on her, and I waddle my way back out of the palace. Oh, and not to mention, I owe you some nipple kisses. She stumbles, and I fall on top of her back, laughing. Credit where credit is due, Cadence is very good at her job. I think it goes without saying that this is fricking amazing. I just really hope I did the Scottish accent right, because if I didn't, I'm putting a banana inside of my ear hole. Anyways, let's get on to our lovely donators. Top donators: TacoCat598, Peter Coulthard, J Tin Man, Darkside, Gauntlet, and Only One Thing. Zar630, Strix, Rayden, Narwhals, Blackmoonheart, Drake Lovedragon, Pastel Skies, Austin Roland, Crazy Killer 557, Stu Hex, Dospo, Madman Stan, Delta Omega, Jack Hedge, Runescythe 9852, Hunter Norman, Stephen Bingham, LineGod12, and many more adventurous people. Thank you all very much for watching this video, and live life to the fullest.